Mystical greetings, Kaylee here. So I took my money jar apart so that I could show you how to make a money jar because tomorrow is Beltane and I want to make a money jar to have for Beltane. So I'm going to show you the quick easy steps that I use to make my money jar. I have my book of shadows here where I keep all my notes for my spells and my rituals and things like that. These are my notes that I have on making the money jar. So I cleaned off my space where I keep my altar so that you can see the ingredients that I'm going to use. You're going to need a container. You can use a mason jar or something, anything you want to use. I happen to have this lying around my house, so I was like, that'll be perfect. So I end up using this. You can use a green item as well, which is optional, but this happened to already have a green ribbon tied around it, which made it even more perfect to use. So it just felt like it was a good idea to use this. You're gonna want cinnamon. I'm gonna add some bay leaves as well. Rice. This is sea salt. Sugar. Some coins. And then I'm using a piece of parchment paper and I wrote on it, "Money flows to me easily and consistently." That was in my notes for how to make the money jar. So those are all the simple supplies. Again, you can substitute supplies, do with what you have, work with what you've got, do what resonates with you and how you want to do it. But these are just some suggested supplies and the things that I use to make my money jar. So I'm going to start by adding in some sea salt. I'm actually going to use a bigger spoon so it's a little easier. So there is some sea salt in there. I'm going to pour in some rice. Kind of mix it around. So rice, if you don't know, is good for making money jars because it, for a long time, has represented nourishment and abundance, also fertility, and also the idea and the concept of never going without. That's why people use rice. The sea salt a lot of times is used for protection. Sugar is used for sweetening the money jar. It's for attracting positivity. Cinnamon for a long time has also represented fast attraction and prosperity and abundance as well. And the coins are used kind of like talismans. And then the bay leaves are also great for attracting abundance and prosperity. And then the parchment paper that I wrote on is the intention. So I'm going to go ahead and pour in some sugar. I'm just going to kind of stir these ingredients up a little bit. I like to have them all mixed together. And I'm going to just sprinkle some cinnamon in here. And I'm going to take a couple of the bay leaves and crush them up. So I have one of the bay leaves here. I'm just going to crush it. Stick it in there. And then again, I'm just going to kind of stir this around. So next I'm going to take, I grabbed 4 coins. I'm actually going to use 3 because I'm big on the number 3, so I'm going to use 3 coins. And I just stick them in there. And then I took the parchment paper that I wrote on, folded it up, and also just stuck it in there. And then I have this, mine has a little topper thing, so I decided to add a battery operated candle, which you can also use to make my money jar. So then I will just kind of mix it all up in there. So that's a money jar, but there's one final step. You need to cleanse and charge the money jar. So you can use this or do this by using sage, Palo Santo, or an incense. I have a money attracting incense here that I'm gonna use to cleanse mine. Sandalwood is another type of incense that you could use, and also cinnamon. So I'm gonna light this. And I'm just going to let that burn all the way down and let the smoke go around my money jar so that it'll be cleansed and charged. After that, you just want to store it in a safe place. And when you need to strengthen it, you can do this cleansing and charging again. You can remove the ingredients, put fresh ones in if you want, but you don't have to. Like I said, you can just take one of the smoke cleansing items that I mentioned and cleanse and charge it this way to give it more strength if you feel like it's gotten weak. So that is how I make a simple money jar. Made mine for Beltane tomorrow. I'll place it there when I do my Beltane ritual, which I'm going to show you guys as well. So check this out. Give it a try. Leave some comments. Let me know what you want to see. What questions do you have? What can I do for you? What can I answer for you? What can I teach you? And check out my podcast, Crystals, Cauldrons, and Conversations, on most major platforms. I'll see you guys later, and stay magical.